In the quiet town of Ridgeway, where the nights were darker than they should be, 18-year-old Emily Carter worked long shifts at a fuel station, doing her best to provide for her 10-year-old brother Nathan. After their parents' sudden death, she had become everything to him. His guardian, his protector, his only family. Fuel had been vanishing from the station's underground reserves. Management was frustrated, suspecting an inside job. The numbers didn't add up. Emily kept her head down, but the rumors spread like gasoline fumes, thick, invisible, and dangerous. What she didn't know was that she was about to become part of the mystery. One cold morning, Emily arrived early for her shift. The sky was still black, the air biting. She adjusted her uniform and walked toward the back of the station, where the fuel storage tanks stood in eerie silence. In the dim light, she saw Mark Reynolds, the night security guard, crouched beside the tanks. He was siphoning fuel into large plastic containers. Her breath caught. So, it was him. Mark looked up, and for a split second, something primal flashed in his eyes. "Emily," he said, standing slowly. His tone was too calm, too controlled. She clenched her fists. "You're stealing from the station." Mark sighed, rubbing his face as if disappointed. "It's not that simple." "It is," she shot back. "I'm telling management." His jaw tightened. "You don't want to do that." She turned to leave, but his voice stopped her. "If you report me, you're putting yourself in danger." Something in his tone made her spine go cold. Mark exhaled sharply, his expression softening. "Okay, listen," he said. "If I show you the whole story, maybe you'll understand. Just come with me for a second." She hesitated. "Just 5 minutes," he urged. "Then do whatever you want." Against her instincts, she followed him behind the tanks, to the farthest corner of the lot where the cameras didn't reach. She never saw the knife until it was too late. The blade plunged into her back. Once, twice, 3 times. The pain was instant, white-hot. She gasped, eyes widening, hands grasping at air. She tried to scream, but all that came was a weak, gurgling sound. Mark caught her as she fell. He whispered in her ear, "I told you not to get involved." He worked quickly. Dragging her limp body behind the rusted tanks, he grabbed a shovel. The ground was soft here. Perfect. He dug a shallow grave in the cold earth, sweat dripping down his face. Then, without ceremony, he shoved Emily's lifeless body inside, covering her with dirt. By sunrise, Mark clocked out as if nothing had happened. The town would wake up, the station would open, and Emily Carter would be nothing more than a missing persons case. 2 days later, Nathan sat alone at home, staring at the front door. Emily hadn't come back. She never stayed out late. She never left without telling him. Something was wrong. He called the police, his voice shaking. Officers came, questioned employees, and checked security footage. But the cameras had blind spots. No real evidence. Nobody. Mark played his part while shaking his head, pretending to be just as concerned as everyone else. But then, he vanished. Jessica, one of the station's cashiers, had disappeared the same night. Some thought they ran away together. Others weren't sure. For weeks, no one knew where they had gone. 2 months later, Jessica was found in another city, pregnant. When questioned, she refused to speak about Mark. But her fear was obvious. The police pressed her for answers, but all she said was, "I can't. He'll find me." Years passed. Nathan never stopped searching. He knew in his heart his sister wasn't coming back. But he needed proof. A construction team working near the old fuel station unearthed a skeleton buried in the dirt. The forensic team confirmed it. Emily Carter. She had been there the whole time, beneath the place where she had worked, where she had laughed, where she had been murdered. Mark was still missing. Some believed he was dead. Others thought he was watching from the shadows, waiting. But one thing was certain. Nathan would never stop hunting for the man who took his sister away. The question is, what did the management do about Emily's disappearance? Was a thorough background check done on Mark Reynolds before hiring him? Don't miss out on the next part of this gripping true crime story. Subscribe on this channel to find out.